So it's not that tough again. If you remember the bones in the leg, it is similar over here. Not very difficult, but it is not complex like leg. So here we call it tarsal bones in the leg. So this is what arm, and we call it antebrachium. So bones of antebrachium. Wrist we will be seeing. Wrist joint we have seen. Upper part, lower part we are going to see. Then once it is connecting, we call it carpal bone. They are short bones. Yes. Then it will be what? Carpal, and this is called what? Metacarpal bone, and these are phalangeal bone. They are similar to what we have seen in the leg. And here you can see, yes, two layers we will be studying. Now you can see. So we start what is, so from this is thumb. So the number 1 starts from thumb side. Clear? So number 1, now you can see over here, thumb is over here. So number 1 will be coming this way. Number 1 comes this way. Yes, first metacarpal is this one. Second metacarpal, last metacarpal is this one. First and this is last. Here thumb is this way. So here what? After you put this way, so it is going to be what? This is first metacarpal, this is last metacarpal. A number of carpal bone we will be doing from this side. Now you can see, as we have studied in the leg also, here again it will be two lines. This is called proximal line and this is called distal line. So proximal line, first bone will be what? Scaphoid bone. Yes, scaphoid bone, you can see over here. Second bone is called lunate bone because it looks like what? Lunar surface. Yes, it looks like lunar. Next one is called what? Yes, it is triquetral bone. So these three bones are going to form the articular surface. So if you see, it will form this way. Yes, this way. So first is scaphoid bone, lunate bone, triquetral bone, and last is pisiform bone. So keep it in mind, pisiform bone will not come in the articulation of second line. It is a sesamoid bone which is located in which tendon, which this side what tendon will come? Flexor carpi ulnaris. Flexor carpi ulnaris will have what? It will be pressed inside this tendon, that is pisiform. So pisiform bone will not come into the articulation of proximal line and distal line. Yes? Oh, it will not even form what? Our wrist joint. So if you see, now you take, these are called carpal bone. The proximal lines will form what surface? Convex surface. Distal line outside will produce more or less concave surface. You can see convex surface, concave surface. Convex surface of carpal bone will attach with what? Articular surface of ulna and radius. So here this will be concave. So this is concave. So this is convex. Understood? And the distal, it will become more concave, this will become more concave, where there is attachment of bases of metacarpal bones. Clear? Now what is happening over here? You can see other way. So this I am seeing, this is proximal, distal. If you take this way, yes, dorsal it is forming convex again. Dorsal it will be convex, and palmar surface it is concave. Clear? So it is forming convex this way also, this way also. Clear? So first line you can see scaphoid bone, lunate bone in the middle, triquetral bone will be in the lateral side, and on top of triquetral bone you can find pisiform. Actually it is not forming any surface because it is a sesamoid bone which is attached in what tendon? Tendon of flexor carpi ulnaris. Yes? So upper part of these three will form articular surface for attaching with the lower surface of ulna and radius. Clear? And they will be having what? Attaching surface in between them. For example, medially there is a surface, yes, inferiorly. It will come and attach to the second layer. Once you go from here, yes, this is thumb, and you are going towards medial side, yes, it will be having articular surface for lunate bone. Lunate bone will be having articular surface for triquetral bone. So they are connected. Yes, so they are intercarpal joint. So, and if you see all three of them connected together, it forms one line of joint where the proximal bone will articulate with second line of bone. So what will be second line of bone? There will be again 4 bones. What they are? Os trapezium, and the small bone will be os trapezoideum, and the biggest bone of all carpal is called what? Capitellar bone. Capitellar bone. And the last one is what? This is called os hametum. Yes? So over here what? From here this tendon comes what we call flexor carpi ulnaris. It will include this pisiform bone and it will come and attach where? Here a special name which we give what? Hamulus of hamate bone. So in the midline you can see over here, you can find what? There is a sulcus. Why? Dorsal surface it is convex and palmar surface it is concave. So you are finding a line which is what? A sulcus over here. So in this side, what is their radial side? It will be formed by what? This trapezial bone and also scaphoid bone will have a small tubercle. Can you see over here? No, you can see this is scaphoid bone and you can see one small tubercle. This tubercle is called tubercle of scaphoid bone. And this is what bone? So trapezial bone. Second one is trapezoid bone, which is small one. And trapezial bone will have a small tubercle. Can you see both the tubercles? They didn't mark it, but they are tubercle. Yes? And if you see this way, on the ulnar side, you are finding what is this bone? Triquetral bone is having what? Little engorgement for holding pisiform bone. Pisiform bone and cumulus of hamate bone. So these 3 you can connect together like one eminence. Understood? These 3 can be connected by engorgement, pisiform bone, cumulus of hamate. So 3 can, this is called ulnar eminence. Yes? And this is what tuberculum of scaphoid bone and tuberculum of what trapezial bone is called radial eminence. Yes? In between you get what? Excavation. It is called what? Carpal sulcus. Carpal sulcus. Here what? Flexor retinaculum will come and attach. After attaching this, the sulcus will become carpal tunnel. Clear? Now one thing I just wanted to tell about scaphoid. The most common bone to get broken once you fall in the carpal is scaphoid bone. This is the most important bone. Why? It's quite longer. Yes? Understood? And in case of fracture, you just go and slip and fall in snow. After that what? You are getting pain here. You try to press the what base of anatomical snub box. You just press it. There is severe pain. So keep it in mind. There might be fracture of scaphoid bone. Clear? Anatomical snub box. Base will be formed by scaphoid and trapezium. Yes? And one thing about blood supply. Blood supply will be required even for other bones except for scaphoid bone. Blood supply to scaphoid bone comes from distal part, not from proximal part. Blood will be coming from distal part. And which is the most common bone to get broken? Scaphoid. It will break at this level. So after breaking, we have a part of scaphoid bone which will not get blood. So if it will not get blood, it will undergo avascular necrosis.